All right. All right. I'm back. Try this shit again. It's about my third time. Third time. You gotta be dedicated though, right? So, tried to record a video with the homie the other day. Shit start fucking up the whole Mercury retrograde shit they say. So they say. It is. And that's what a nigga been dealing with. So, and we had some real, man, we had some real good shit to put out there. We had some real heat. Um, but I'm back today. On Monday, right? It's today Monday. I think today Monday. And I'm just thinking like I've been getting a lot of people that inbox me, right? And I'm looking for my water. A lot of people that inbox me, right? And they come in sense of like some of the shit that I'm dropping, like it's not where they are at. You know what I'm saying? And I have been studying this occult, esoteric, eschatologist type studies for about 10 years now. Nowhere near am I saying I'm a teacher, but I've been learning from teachers like Bobby Hemmett to be exact, Brother Panic. More so, what's the word? I just been serious with learning from those type of guys, right? And and the type of shit I post is like now I get concepts of that may be deep, hidden occult shit, and I'm meeting a lot of people that's just not at that level yet. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, what is the basics? You know what I'm saying? Like, let a nigga get into like what the basics is for you to be able to have a mind to be able to conceptualize and be able to see things when you're reading esoteric information or when you read in spiritual information or when you're reading occult information or if you're looking at TV shows because first of all, let's get this understood. What is a cult? Occult means hidden culture. It's not like a secret cult where people dress up in all black and work Kool-Aid. Like this ain't no group shit. Um, are there people who have started orders and occult shit? Yeah, it is, but that's not where we're leaning to over here. You see what I'm saying? What we're leaning to is demystifying and decoding ancient teachings. That varies from any spiritual system, any religion. We lean into these things and decode them and demystify them for our own knowledge and understanding, for our own awareness, for our own consciousness, right? Because these are things that have to be put in code because your average person can't get. It's a veil on their mind, right? So in coming to saying that and understanding this, like it's some people that are inboxing me saying they're learning things, but it's just like in a certain level, and it's not like 100,000 people inboxing me, goddamn it, I ain't there yet, you know what I'm saying? But it's people, enough people to make me want to do a video like this, that brings them and homes them into an awareness of the first steps when you come into consciousness. What's like where should you go first? Like what's the first thing I should be learning? What's the first book you think I should be getting type shit, right? And that's what we're gonna go into today. And we're gonna like you can't get anywhere, I feel, if your ass do not lock in the Hermetic principles, the seven universal principles, the seven principles of Tahuti, the universal principles of Tahuti. If you don't get these, it's not you can't get anywhere because these things are also in the Bibles, right? And we'll get to that. We will get to that. What you're gonna do is give me 1 second so I can go grab me something to drink, get my water. Fucking nigga, we back. Nigga, we back. Nigga, we back. Nigga, we back. I got back. All right. So we back with this shit, right? And what we doing here? So, like I said, the basics, right? The basics when you're dealing with this, when you come into a spiritual awakening or a spiritual journey, the basics that you need to understand would be this. Baga. The seven Hermetic principles, the Kabbalion. Go get it by the three initiates of ancient Egypt and Greece. The Greeks took it. Oh, well, whatever. We not even gonna get into who took it because all this shit reigns true. But it come ancient Kemetic shit, ancient Egypt shit. Normally that's what niggas enter in and like, oh, the Egyptians were black. Okay, yes, we passed that. At the level that I'm at, we passed that. We passed the knowing and understanding of that, right? And you also have to when you will come to a level where you have to get past what Bobby Hemming called the sectarianism, like where you only want to get ancient Egyptian information. Like that's not gonna work. Why is that not gonna work? For the simple fact, check me out. For the simple fact that all that shit is fragmented, all that ancient Egyptian shit is fragmented. You're only gonna get bits and pieces of it. You're not gonna get the whole school system of it. You see what I'm saying? You're not gonna get the whole school system of it. I'm gonna tell you who does have a whole full blown out system that's still popping though. The Ayurvedic shit, they shit still pop locking, dropping. Like I ain't bullshit. They got this shit popping. You see what I'm saying? But like, still, all right. If we gonna start off with the Hermetic principles, right? Um, 7 principles of the universe. Um, you need to understand that this shit shows up in every spiritual system. That shit show up in every spiritual system, dog. You ain't getting away from it, Holmes. It's in every spiritual, religious, whatever system. It's there. Now let's go through it. The 7 Hermetic principles. The principles of truth are 7. He who knows these understandingly possesses the magic key before whose touch all the doors of the temple fly open. God damn it, you understand and master these principles and get a knowing understanding of these principles, all the temple doors fly open. Basically, the veil that's on your mind or your limited perception of understanding of certain principles and spiritual systems and spiritual understandings and certain levels of consciousness, the door fly open, nigga. That shit opens up. You're gonna be stuck looking like this. God damn. This is what I've been missing out on. So this shit happens once you understand these 7 Hermetic principles, right? The 7 Hermetic principles upon which the entire Hermetic philosophy is based are as follows. So the whole Hermetic philosophy, and I'll even show you how it's in the Bible. A lot of these principles, shit, all of them are in the fucking Bible. All of them are in every fucking spiritual system. You can't get away from them because they the 7 principles of the fucking universe which you live in. Hold up. Let's do this shit, dog. The first principle, check me out. First principle, first motherfucking principle. What's the first principle? The first principle is the principle of mentalism. The second principle, we only gonna do the principle of mentalism today, one at a time. 2, the principle of correspondence. 3, the principle of vibration. 4, the principle of polarity. 5, the principle of rhythm. 6, the principle of cause and effect. 7, the principle of gender. Seen some shit. The principle of gender. And it's not the way that you think. But in the same instance, yes, the fuck it is. I'm gonna keep it 100. It is. It is. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Oh shit. Hold up, buddy. Hold up, buddy. Why the camera? All right, we got this shit going. All right, these 7 principles will be discussed and explained as we proceed with these lessons. A short explanation of each, however, may as well be given at this point. We're gonna go through the law of mentalism, right? I'm gonna try not to go in. Oh yeah, I'm trying not to go too far in to lose you. It should be very simple though, right? The principle embodies the truth that all is mind. It explains that the all, which is the substantial reality, underlying all the outward manifestations and appearances which we know under the terms of the material universe. Let's read that again. This principle, the Principle of mentalism, right? Here's the quote for it. The all is mind, the universe is mental. The all is mind, the universe is mental. This principle embodies the truth that all is mind. It explains that the all, which is the substantial reality, underline all the outward manifestations and appearances which we know under the terms of the material universe. Everything that you can conceive, perceive of, and think of, every star, every piece of space, every piece of dark matter, every piece of trash, every tree, every piece of shit, every toilet bowl full of piss, every badass kid, every gangster ass granny and gangster nigga on the block and lesbian and gay and dog and cat with one leg, everything you can perceive comes from the mind. It's all in the mind. Because why? The mind is all, the universe is mental. Before I go any further, let's see this. The phenomena of life, matter, energy, and in short, all the apparent to our material senses. All right? Is spirit, which in itself is unknowable and undefinable, but which may be considered and thought of as an universal, infinite, living mind. All right. The mind, the experience that you have and live in on a day-to-day basis, everything that you've been through, seen, and this goes for each and every person, right? It's part of a universal living mind. You can break this, you can bring this back down to God in the Bible. My God is a living God. Right? You living in the mind of God. Some people can't, it's in the Bible. In so many ways, in so many words, it still shows up. The mind is all and the universe is mental. So you living in this universal infinite mind is where you're stationed at. So what you're experiencing here. Now, at this point, right? What the fuck are you experiencing here? I'm living in a mind is actually your mind because it says the mind is all. It didn't say the mind is just this, the mind is just that. Nigga, the mind is all. Everything you're experiencing right now, everything I'm saying, everything you're viewing me through is in your mind. Your friend, your sister, your brother, your cousin, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband. In your mind, it all exists in your mind. We are all a fraction of each other's in each other's mind, or in one mind. The universe is one mind. There's only one God. That's all. That's where this shit comes from, right? So you get this concept down pat. You then start to live in a certain way, in a certain manner. Now you're more aware of your thoughts. Now you are more aware and trying to control your thoughts. Why the fuck my shit ain't on do not disturb? Now you're trying to be more aware and controlling of your thoughts, right? And now you don't actually have to run around here trying to be a good person, right? This good person morality shit, which should just become like once you see everybody as bits and pieces of God, right? Because that's what this is, right? Where it's a fractionalized version of God, the mind of God. That's what we all are. You should be able to see God in your brother and your sister, the junkie, the gay person, the dog, the tree. You should be able to see God in all that because God has multiple aspects. You can't put God in a box. Why is you putting God in a box? God is this and God ain't that. How? When God created everything, it's already written in certain folks' Bibles and books. God created everything. How's God not this? And how's God not that? He has to be. Oh, it's not God. Oh, it's not the infinite, all-knowing God. It can't be if it's not that. So it is that, right? So now that we got that understanding that everything is God, so when you look at your neighbor, turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor, I am you. You are me. Neighbor, I am you. You are me. Namaste, nigga. Namaste to you niggas, okay? It means I see the divinity in you, right? So when you move like that, because you see God, that cause and effect, which is another principle here, you will start to see the effects of that. All right. Now the cause is you didn't find out that everything is God and living in the mind of God. We are all living in the mind of God. If you understand, if you read the book Holographic Universe, I got it over there, but I can't think of the name of the author, right? It's a holographic universe. That may be well, I'm no matter of fact, you motherfuckers been on TikTok, you've heard it. You've heard it. You've heard it. But we are here talking about how the mind is all and the universe is mental, and everything that you experience is in the mind. So if you want to change your mind, you want to change your living conditions, you got to change your mind. Ain't that what it said? Was it John 12:2? No, hold up. Because it's in the Bible. Romans 12:2, right? Ain't that what they say in the Bible? What it say? Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And we just pulling out this book. We're going to pull up another book because, like I said, this here reigns true through all spiritual systems. These 7 hermetic principles reign true through all spiritual sciences, all spiritual systems, all religions. You're going to see these 7 hermetic principles everywhere. You're not getting away from it. Okay. It explains that all the phenomenal world or universe is simply a mental creation of the all, subject to the laws of created things, and that the universe as a whole in its parts or units has its existence in the mind of the all. Every bit and piece here. We're not leaving nothing unscathed. Everything is. In which mind we live. Hold up. In which mind we live and move and have our being. So in this mind, everything that we've done, do, can think of, and will think of, and will do and can't do is in the mind of the all, nigga. Hold up. It's in the mind of the all. The principle, by establishing the mental nature of the universe, easily explains all the varied mental and psychic phenomena that occupy such a large portion of the public attention, in which without such explanation are none understandable and defy scientific treatment. Hold up. An understanding of this great hermetic principle of mentalism enables the individual to readily grasp the laws of the mental universe and hold up, apply the same to his well-being and advancement. God damn what I just read. Do not conform to the world, but transform through a renewal of your mind. Romans 12:2. Same shit they say here, ain't it? Well-being and advancement to advance. The Hermetic student is enabled to apply intelligently the great mental laws. Instead of using them as a haphazard manner, with the master key in his possession, the student may unlock the many doors of the mental and psychic temple of knowledge and enter the same freely and intelligently. This principle explains the true nature of energy, power, and matter, and why and how all these are subordinate to the mastery of the mind. None of that shit reigns supreme. Energy, power, and matter. That's what this whole physical universe is made of. Some form of energy, some form of power, and matter, which makes the material of the material, physical, all that. None of that reigns supreme. None of that reigns supreme. None of that reigns supreme over the mind. This is why I say this is the most important, because you want to deal with spirits, you want to deal with magic, you want to deal with manifestation, you want to deal with meditation, you want to deal with anything dealing with what's so-called spiritual nowadays that folks talking about. you have to get an understanding of the law of mentalism. The mind is all, the universe is mental. That leaves nothing unscathed. Everything is mental. Everything is mental. You have to get this understanding. And you have to apply. You have to apply the shit. Right? Okay. Um and 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 why and how all of these are subordinate to the master of the mind. One of the old Hermetic masters wrote long ages ago, he who grasps the truth of the mental nature of the universe is well advanced on the path to mastery. Ain't we doing this for self-mastery, knowledge of self? You well advanced if you get this first principle down. Just this one. We ain't even got to the other six, nigga. You gotta get this one. This rest of this shit gonna fall like fucking dominoes. It's gonna fall right in the line. If you get this shit. And these words are as true as today as the time they were first written. Without the master key, mastery is impossible, and the student knocks in vain at many doors of the temple. You knocking in vain, you ain't talking about shit. You shouldn't be, that's like speaking God's name in vain. You shouldn't be talking about no spiritual shit, no none of this. You don't need to be trying to do nothing on a magic level of any kind if you don't have this principle down. That's why this is the first one. You have to get better control over your thoughts in your mind. You have to get better control. You have to start advancing your psychic awareness, your psychic abilities. I'm not saying you got to get this shit down by tomorrow because you ain't shit if you don't get it. What I'm saying is you have to become aware of this for the people who just coming into this shit or people who've even been into this shit. We need reminders sometimes, right? The law of mentalism. The mind is all, the universe is mental. You cannot let your mind rule you. Your mind is part of this illusionary realm. You are not your thoughts. Remember that. You are not your fucking thoughts. Right? Give me a second. Yes, sir. We back. We back. Hopefully y'all got y'all a little break in. So now, like I said, I pulled out something else, right? Because I said once you understand the law of mentalism, you're gonna see this shit in every, I don't know, like how my hat just look crooked in the motherfucker, looking like a nigga retarded on this motherfucker. But you're gonna see that this whole principle reigns. I feel stupid as hell with my hat looking crooked, bro. But it ain't straight there. But you gonna understand them nigga like this nigga here. This nigga talking about his mind. He need to get his mind together. Hey, so through all these spiritual systems, once you understand the first Hermetic principle, the law of mentalism, right? Which, like I said, the mind is all, the universe is mental. Nothing escapes this principle. All right? Nothing escapes this principle. So I'm also in this book right here where I'm doing a meditative practice called Tatwa. I want to make sure y'all can see it good. Tatwa Shuddhi. All right? Go get it. I'm telling you, go get it. It's not hard to read. I mean, now some of these words in the Vedic system of Sanskrit, whoo, buddy, your ass gonna need Siri to tell your ass how to pronounce it. Tell you that now. So we in this chapter right here, chapter 7. Well, I'm past this, but
Okay, I found this on the web for tell me how to pronounce it right now. So we have this chapter right here, chapter 7. Check it out.
that bitch. At that point, what can you do though? So this is the chapter we at. All right, Anta Karana, the individual mind. Oh, it's about to get freaky. So now, like I said, the law of mentalism, right? You'll be able to see it in everything. I just pulled it up. How it was in the Bible. I'm pretty sure it's in the Torah. I mean, ain't the Torah like the first? Correct me if I'm wrong. Ain't that like the Old Testament of the Bible? So obviously it's in that motherfucker. Obviously it's in there. So, all right, let's tap in. Right? It says Anta Corona. All right, let's figure out what Anta Corona means. Anta Corona is a combination of two Sanskrit words. Anta means inner, and Corona is tool or instrument. So basically, it means inner tool or inner instrument, right? Of a man. It is comprised of four faculties, right? Buddhi. One is called Buddhi. Booty. It ain't spelled Booty. It's Buddhi. Buddhi. What does Buddhi mean? Booty, booty. I ain't gonna do that. All right. Buddhi means intellect, intellectual, right? And then you got Ahamkara. Ooh, what's that? Ahamkara, that is the ego. It's not the ego like I think I'm better than you. Like, hey, yeah, nigga, I'm the realest nigga. I'm the hardest nigga doing this shit. Ain't no nigga fucking with me, nigga. You niggas can't hang around me if you ain't got no money. You niggas can't hang around me if you ain't got. Not that. That's not the ego, right? The real version of the ego we'll get to, right? But that's the version of the ego that we normally are introduced to and think that is what it is, right? But that's not it, right? Then we got manas, which equals thought and counter thought, right? Thought and counter thought. Then we got the Shita, Chitta, which means memory. So this inter tool called the Antakarana, inter tool of the mind, right? It's consisted of four things: intellect, ego, thought and counter thought, and memory, right? So the Kabbalion broke down the mind as out of the universe is mental. This gets onto the co- the compartments of what the mind is comprised of. All right. That's why I say, hey man, go grab this book or grab anything around this type shit because they system is actually a lot more still intact. And anybody can tap into it, right? Amazon's a motherfucker. You ain't got no excuse. According to Tantra and Yoga, these four principles constitute the medium through which the consciousness acts. This is the medium of which your thoughts, how your mind works. This is the way this shit acts. This is what it acts through your intellect, your ego, your thought and counter thought, and your memory. Tell me what human being don't got this? Oh wait, even a motherfucker with Alzheimer's still got all four. Unto Corona distinguishes human beings from the plant, the animal, and mineral kingdoms. So the fact that you have intellect, ego, thought and thought, and memory is the thing that separates you from fucking plants, dog, animals, cats, rats, rocks, right? Oh, but check this out. And in these lower forms of life, unto Corona exists, right? But it's in a dormant, in a cosmic seed state. We can get to cosmic because that's one of the three guna. Tamasic seed state. These creations of nature do not operate from the level of intellect, discrimination, thought, or ego, but from a level of pure fucking instinct. For example, now hold up now. I know we be thinking like we got some advanced shit going on, but we really don't be. We really don't be, y'all. We really don't be having no advanced shit going on. Right? Because a lot of us are working from pure instinct, just like a fucking plant, just like a fucking rock has instinct, bro. Based off of what they saying, you know, just pure instinct, right? Check this out. This is how you know. So you think you're doing some, oh, bro, you ain't got the instinct, bro. That's some animalistic shit. That's a lower level of thinking. You no different from a rat, cat, dog, and plant. You see what I'm saying? When you're moving off pure instinct. For example, a dog will instinctively prefer meat to vegetables. He ain't got to think about that shit. He ain't got to intellectualize that shit. He just do. Think about how many motherfuckers who don't think shit, they just do. Now, off of instinct, we're not talking about with intuition, right? We're just talking about off pure instinct. He does not consciously discriminate one from the other. It's a natural, instinctive process which governs his body. What does that mean? That means his body is making a decision for him. He's not even making a conscious, aware instinct, not instinctual, but intuitional movement. His body, it just naturally goes with his body. It governs his body, so that's why he does what he does. You see what I'm saying? Why you need to get control of your mind, because you ain't nothing different than a goddamn dog. What you think everybody out here moving like? Everybody out here moving like some fucking animals. Everybody's out here moving like fucking animals, bro. Men and women alike. Sometimes I catch myself doing the same shit. But think about the amount of people that don't know. They think they on some boss nigga shit. They think they on some rich bitch shit. They think they on some whatever type tip they think they on. But really, nigga, you moving like a motherfucking animal. You no different than a motherfucking cat and a rat. Don't make you no special. However, in this case, man is, oh, hold up. In this case of man, the faculty has gradually evolved to its present capacity. Man has emerged victorious over all other forms of life by the strength of this inner faculty, right? Which has given him the power to reason, think, plan, remember, and enact. However, however, don't get too happy. The intellectual supremacy of man does not in any way complement the full potential of the antakarana of the mind tool. It does not in any way complement the full potential of the mind tool, the inner mind tool, right? So this intellectual supremacy that you have as a fucking human being, still, it's not the full potential that you have, nigga. You have more potential, but you niggas, I ain't just gonna say y'all, like us as a whole, not individually, because like everybody don't move like that when they become aware of this type shit, right? But the human race as a whole is lacking a lot of potential because we have been caught in a group mindset based off of culture, based off of what social media says. You see what I'm saying? Based off what rap music says, based off of what the president says. Everybody comes into this mindset and this group mindset. You not black if you don't vote for Joe Biden, or you not black if you vote for Donald Trump. Like real niggas like us who on shit like this, like you think we like I ask motherfucker like no matter what religion you in, bro, like what part of your book of your savior in any of these books say anything about take your ass out there and vote? What in that book says go vote, choose your government? All them niggas was against that shit. I ain't gotta read every goddamn holy book on the planet. Wasn't nobody fucking with that bullshit. It's manipulation. Like how people have not on woke and conscious and yeah, who you voting for though? Get out there and vote, brother. That's still some woke shit. Like the system is doing this and that. Nigga, we working on the anti-corona, nigga. We talking about the law of mentalism, nigga. The mind is all, the universe is mental. Put a vote in. fuck y'all think it be talking to? Like, but I understand that some people capacity their minds. It may be a veil still on their mind, and they just can't grasp these type of topics yet. And they all think that they need to go out and do something outside of themselves to better their position in life. That's what it is. That's what it said on a subconscious level, on a subliminal level, right? You think you need to do something outside of yourself to create a better situation for yourself or for your kids. It's not the case. It's never been the case. Look at history. How we get here? How do we get here? This shit is falling. The London Bridge is falling down. Nigga. Brr. Okay. However, the intellectual supremacy of a man does not in any way complement the full potential of the Antakarana. It is just a mere glimpse of the power that it contains. If the performance of this instrument reaches its full potential, reaches its full capacity, then what? Man, hold up. Man can not only control the inferior creations of nature. So, hold up. You mean to tell me if I get the full potential of my inner mind tool, I can not only control the inferior creations of nature, but also the latent forces within myself, which have the inherent power to create, preserve, and destroy. Whoa, that's the three. That's the three. That's the three gunas. The sattva, the rajas, and tamas. I actually think it gets into this in this. Okay, it might not. That was another page. That's a whole nother story to get into those three things, right? But that's like this holy trinity type shit that we've always heard about. It's this holy three. It's through every fucking system if you pay attention, right? Right. And what did he say right here? The power to create, preserve, and destroy. Generator, operator, destroyer. God. God, baby. God. Thus, he would become a co-creator or an instrument, one with nature, replicating her cosmic process, replicating her cosmic process. The yogis who have attained this power to do so achieve rare feat by exploring the mysteries of this inner instrument, the Antakarana. This is why it's see what I'm saying, man. Listen, man. We read Romans 12 too, right? Do not be conformed by this word, but be renewed by the renewing of your mind. I forgot what it says. Go read Romans 12 too, right? This is what we're talking about. Not being conformed by this word. Because what do we just break down like what's going on with this word and the capacity and the limitless capacity that man has running around this motherfucker getting ran by the world. Go vote, go do this, buy that, get this, get that. I'm this, I'm that, you this, and I'm not. I like this and I don't. Okay. We're trying to get to the point. Who wouldn't want to get to the point where they can control the inferior creations of nature and the latent forces within myself and create, preserve, and destroy. You know what I'm saying? And become a co-creator. You see what I'm saying? And what else? And replicating cosmic process. The fuck? And it says the yogis have attained this power to do so, achieve a rare feature, right? By exploring the mysteries of this inner instrument, the Antakarana, the mind tool. Let's keep going. The consciousness of man acting through the Antakarana interprets, it classifies, it conjectures, it perceives, and it cognizes all data related to the past. Hold up. The present. Hold up. And the future experiences. Hold the fuck up. So the consciousness of man acting using his inner mind tool called the antakarana interprets, classifies, conjectures, perceives, and cognizes all the data related to the past, present, and future experiences. Nigga, you niggas talking about going to the future, time traveling. You can do it with your motherfucking mind, Craig. You niggas, hey, man, get your mind right, shout. Hey, get your mind right. Hey, get your mind right. Everything you feel, see, do, or speak is part of what is stored there. Now we're getting into the Akashic records. It's the unconscious collective. The conscious collective, the unconscious collective, whatever you niggas want to call it with your nice words. It's words that human beings come up with. But it's a database, nigga. It's an iCloud storage. They got everything you ever done, every Pornhub video you watched, every ass you looked at, and everything you thought and done and wanted to do. It's in there. It's in storage. Don't let nobody know about it though. You ain't got to. You ain't got to. I don't even know shit about what you done, player, because I done thought shit and done shit. Hey, nobody needs to know. But it's there. There is a part of the under corona that has knowledge, not only of this life and experiences related to it, but knowledge of the whole universe and cosmos. This is the mind of God. This is the mind of the all. The only thing is, you have a blockage to where you can't perceive this type of information. And then when you do, and when you are able to perceive that just the information like this, you're not going to be able to get all the data just yet. You have to work on this shit, right? The knowledge of the whole universe and cosmos, nigga. I don't know about you, but that shit sounds fucking extravagant. Especially motherfucker coming here, we guys this, we guys that, we guys that. You got to work on this mind too, buddy. I see a lot of motherfuckers doing and I need to get my black ass in that gym too. This ain't no play game. This ain't no play. Like I know I need to get my ass in there too. But what's the point also too if you ain't getting that mind worked out? If you ain't get that mental muscle worked out. You see what I'm saying? If you ain't doing a hut 2, hut 3, hut 4 in the mind, getting that shit worked out in the mind, nice body, bud, but you're fucking shit for brains. You're fucking shit for brains when it comes to this type of information. Higher level of awareness. When it comes to actually evolving on a conscious and a psycho spiritual level, you're shit for brains, buddy. Hey, you guys understand that, man. It's okay, it's no judgment amongst you, but hey, you have, if you've seen this video, you have the knowledge, you have the information. You can say it's never been given to you, right? You can't say that. You're not gonna be able to say it. You're gonna have to be able to take responsibility. I've heard it, and I need to go test this shit out. See what he says. See what it does. You may open up a level to where you get to controlling your own fucking universe. Because the mind is all. The universe is mental. If you renew your mind, you can renew your time. You see what I'm saying? However, due to grossness of one's awareness, here we go. The grossness, the full potential of knowledge remains dormant and unmanifested, and it will remain this way unless one begins to refine the antakarana. So until you be able to get to this level where you can refine the inner mind tool, you can work on this motherfucker, balance this shit out, get some shit up out of there that's unuseful, that's not useful. Refinement of the antakarana implies tuning it to the frequency of pure energy and consciousness so that we can become aware that, in fact, we are refining. What we are refining is creation of that same energy and consciousness, nigga. That's what we refining. That same energy and consciousness. The physical evolution of man today stands complete. Ain't no more evolving for niggas. Ain't no more added on parts to human beings. That's a done. It's a wrap. He may grow shorter, taller, fatter, or thinner. But this next stage of evolution belongs to the realm of consciousness, nigga. An evolved level of awareness, right? That's what consciousness means anyway, right? And awareness, evolved level of awareness. We was aware just down here. Now we aware of shit all the way up here of the whole fucking cosmos. Nigga, imagine where you going in. That's superpowers. Niggas talking about getting a fuck. Here you go. He said something about superpowers anyway. Sri Aurobindo talks about a superhero, I mean a superhuman race. When man has achieved this state of higher mind, superhuman race is a term which applies mental, emotion, rational, and above all, spiritual development, right? Spiritual development of a man at its zenith. At present, these faculties in us are only at their teething stage, and we are still grappling with their complexities. So we, as a whole, we ain't got this shit together yet. We ain't got this shit together yet, right? Much of the success we can have in this era depends on our ability to purify, illumine, and unify the functions of the antakarana. So we need to purify, illumine, and unify the functions that work within the mind. Okay, what's these functions and faculties of the mind? The intellect, the ego, the thought and the counter thought, and Shita, memory. These are the things we're going to have to purify. These are the four things that we have to purify to get to this level that they talking about, this superhuman shit. Or, you know what I'm saying, thinking on a higher level conversations type shit for real, right? All that shit. Come on, man. We need to think on higher levels of understanding of our psycho spiritual level consciousness and awareness. We're zooming past this kings and queens shit, man. We've done it. Like, why do it again? We're here to uh, the clarity. Okay, hold up. The antakarana acts like a very fine transmitter, which receives and transmits impressions. The clarity and precision with which it performs this act depends entirely on how refined your instrument has become. So a Lambo ain't gonna go fast as it first did when you first got it if you keep on driving the motherfucker and not tuning the motherfucker up, not getting the maintenance done on it. You see what I'm saying? So this level of mind, or this level of your intertool, your antakarana, your level of awareness, your level of refining of the tools of the let's see, the four faculties inside the mind, the clarity and precision with which it performs this act depends entirely on how refined the instrument has become. If it is tuned to the gross vibration, then that is what the transmitter will reflect. You reflecting exactly what the fuck you going through. You reflecting it. Your mind is exactly where you at. All right. However, if it is tuned into the subsidies of the cosmic vibration, then not only can you discover the underlying mysteries behind your own existence, if it's tuned in on that level, you can discover the cosmic vibration and discover the underlying mysteries of your own existence, right? But also the enigma, which is underlining the whole cosmos, not just your existence, but the whole fucking cosmos, right? Man is not a separate entity suspended between cause and event. Rather, he is an integral part of the cosmic plan that has a role for each and every speck of creation. The Antakarana plays a vital part in our pursuit to understand this role. What did I just read to you about about the mind is all in the universe is mental? I just read this shit and told you you are bits and pieces of God, broken in millions and billions of pieces. When you look at somebody else, you just look at somebody as a different aspect of God, a different personality of God, a different piece of God. It's not different if you all put the shit together, but if you take a glass sheet of ice and you break it all up and you just smash it on the ground, they're all the same fucking thing. Now they're just all over the place. They just separated and look like different shapes and shards, but it's actually the same thing. That's how you got to look at God. That's how you got to look at the mind is all the universe is mental. That's how you got to look at the motherfucker next to you that you do like and you don't like. They just an aspect of you. Namaste. Fuck, nigga. The Antakarana plays a vital part in our pursuit to understand this role. This, um, But that's infinitely subtle instrument is what we ourselves have built through our own fine sense of imagery during our journey through many successful incarnations. Thus, the Antakarana contains the impressions which we carry lifetime after lifetime. You got information in your mind that goes back half a minute fucking lifetimes you done been here. 1,000,000,000,000 years, nigga, 1,000,000,000 years. However, that information exists inside of you. We call it the Akashic record. And this mind tool that you have can use to weave it out. Right? Ain't that what we trying to do here as spiritual folks? Motherfucker, like, I don't read books. My ancestors' wisdom is inside of me. I got wisdom that can't be obtained by books. This books, because like this book here, what does it do for you, buddy? It gives you a sense of direction how to use that wisdom. Of course, it's saying it in here that you got all that wisdom inside of you, but you niggas don't know how to access it and use it. What practices or what systems do you use to use it? Right? Because you can have all this ancient wisdom in you that you can't find in books, right? But if I drop off all the building materials for your black ass to build a white ass, a pink ass, a yellow ass to build a house, if I drop it off to you with no instructions, you ain't never built shit like that. I'm pretty sure, yeah, all that ancient wisdom you got inside of your DNA, somewhere, somehow up in there, one of your ancestors or you in your past life knew how to build a house. But let's see you do it, buddy. Let's see you do it. I don't think so. I don't think that's gonna be an easy task, right? You'll have to be back at the apartments. Um, Thus, the Antakarana contains the impressions which we carry lifetime after lifetime. Like musical instruments, the Antakarana is sensitive enough to pick up the subtlest vibrations, right? Knowing, okay, subtlest vibration, which it continues to do, irrespective of our conscious knowledge. It's gonna do it regardless. You ain't gotta tell it to do it. You ain't gotta tell it to download it. It's doing it. It's downloading everything. Everything that you see in my background, your mind is mentally downloading. This little mic, the black thing around the mic, the fact that I keep wiping my goddamn nose, you ain't paying attention to it no more. You paying attention to the information. Your mind is downloading. You see what I'm saying? The fact that I ain't been shaped up this week, you see it. Your mind sees it. The tattoo on my arm, you see it. The yellow hair back there on Goku, Gohan, and Trunks, you see it. Santisa Santa Mamuerte back there, you see it. You see all that shit. It's downloading. That purple hat sitting over there. You seeing all that? See, maybe some of that shit you ain't paid no attention to, but your Auntie Karana has. Your Auntie Karana has. You might not be consciously aware of certain impressions that are forming within you. These certain mental impressions, which they call some samskaras, they're not calling it right now just yet, but that's what that is. You may not be consciously aware of certain impressions that are forming within you, but your Antakarana keeps vigil at all times. It's always on point. Your subconscious mind is downloading all of it. It's always on point, baby. It ain't missing shit. It is your Antakarana that decides your course of action. It is your mind, the tool of the mind, that decides your course of action, dependent on past experience or knowledge. So, and it keeps past experience from past lives, nigga. So you still you won't do shit and you scar from shit and you traumatize some shit from past lives, nigga. Why wouldn't you want to refine the mind? Why wouldn't, like the Bible say, why wouldn't you want to? Why is my shit not on do not disturb, bro? Oh, it's still recording. I hope so, bro. Man, I hope that shit is still recording, bro. That shit didn't went out, motherfucker calling me. But yeah. So who the fuck would not? You still got scars and shit that affect you from your past life. So why wouldn't you want to refine this level of your mind, right? Why wouldn't you? It is your antecorona that decides your course of action, depending on past experience or knowledge. What is recorded there may never reveal itself to you. Imagine having something a part of you that you can't even, that you yourself won't even reveal to yourself. You mad at other motherfuckers for not telling you shit about what they done behind your back, nigga. Your mind won't even tell you what you done behind your back. Think about how crazy that shit is. What is recorded there may never reveal itself to you unless the clarity of cosmic awareness in and the inner ear and eye, which can comprehend the subtle vibrations of cosmic sound and vision, are attained. So unless you get this cosmic awareness of the inner ear, there's something called the inner ear, look that up, in the eye that can comprehend these subtle vibrations of cosmic sound and vision are attained. So unless you get that, none of that shit is going to be revealed to you unless you get to this level of that. Therefore, we have not only to discover what is stored, therefore, we have not only to discover what is stored in the antacorona, but also learn how to control it. Tantra is the only science that has given us the answer to this. And what does it tell you, niggas? There's your answer. Go look into some of this type shit, man. I've been doing this practice. I've been doing the Tawa Shooting tantric practice, right? Antakarana is a tool through which consciousness is playing its cosmic game. Consciousness is the same in everyone. Pure, effulgent, EFFULGENT, and radiant. How it expresses itself depends on the precision, clarity, and perception of the medium through which it plays the game. The same idea, the same thought, the same action may occur in two different people, but the interpretation, the enactment, and the culminating results will depend entirely on the level of mind. I was talking to this girl one time, right? We chopping it up, and she already was ready to when I was not at this point because I didn't tell her. And I was getting to tell her how I end up coming to this level of awareness or this level of consciousness, right? Or this degree of consciousness, right? And we talking about, she was like, okay, so what led you down this path? And like, what ended up getting you here? And like, honestly, it was a book called Think and Grow Rich. For those people who don't know, Think and Grow Rich is a very occultic book. So if you're a Christian and you're reading Think and Grow Rich, you're reading a very occult topic, right? And this, how do you know it's a occult topic? These motherfuckers talking about the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is representing shit in the hidden. Occult means hidden culture. Shits that's hidden in the background. The subliminal shit. That's what the subconscious mind deals with. That whole book is talking about subliminal, subconscious, occult topics. So hopefully I didn't ruin it for anybody who's in a religious mindset who's scared of occult shit. Right? So I'm telling her about this book and how he got to talking about the subconscious mind and how he was like, hey, instead of having this desire, whatever your deepest desire is in life. And at that time, I'm like, okay, it's Jesus, it's God, right? And he said, take that out and replace it with the desire to get basically what you're reading the book for, to get money. And you replace that to get money. Then I'm like, oh shit, this don't work for me at this time when I was reading 2012, 2013. I'm like, oh shit, this don't work for me. Let me go back into this Bible. You know what I'm saying? And then that's a whole story within itself. So she's like, damn, I read that same book. It's about getting money. How did you get that from that? And how did that lead you to this point? Well, this is how, my dear. The same idea, the same thought, the same action may occur in two different people, but the interpretation, enactment, and culminating results will depend entirely on the level of mind, intellect, and ego of each of the persons. The very topic that I'm sitting here talking to you about, somebody can get something totally different from it, depending on the level of degree of their conscious awareness. You see what I'm saying? Somebody can get something totally different. Somebody can have a breakthrough with this information, with this shit that I'm saying. Somebody can hear it and be like, what the fuck is he talking about? Somebody can hear it and be like, okay, yeah, okay, I'm fucking with that. You know what I'm saying? Like this shit right here can break. the code for somebody that they've been trying to get around by hearing somebody they feel like they can relate to. Like, oh damn, that nigga talk like how we talk around this motherfucker. Okay, I can fuck with that. You see what I'm saying? Like, and breaking this information to a person, they can have a totally different experience than a motherfucker who got nothing from it. You see what I'm saying? Some people could have read that book and instantly ran into some shit that ran them into being a fucking millionaire. Some people read that book 3, 4 goddamn times, they got shit from it. And then I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about a level of, because what are we here talking about today? The mind is all, the universe is mental. And we just went through the Hermetic and Egyptian and Greek texts. And we just went through their Vedic shit, the Tatwashudi, a tantric practice that's talking about these inter parts of the mind, the ego, the intellect, the thought and counter thought, and memory, the antakarana, the mind tool, the inner mind tool, which is a tantric practice. Tatwashudi, which is a tantric practice. You want to get to deep levels of your mind? Tap in. This shit divine. I ain't gonna lie to you. And I'm gonna holler at you though. I won't lie to you, but I yell at you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna lie to you. This the type of shit you need to be on. For folks who come into it and folks who been into it who may have forgot, like, okay, you right, goddamn it, let me tap back into what I need to be doing. This is what we need to be doing. Working this fucking mind. We not going nowhere. When you die, all you got is your mind. Your body leaves. Your body stays. Your mind is the only thing that continues to travel. All right? You can travel to the next life. And then you can enter your own state of hell. Oh, it's real. Don't wait to find out, buddy. Renew your fucking mind. Holla.